You pour your heart into a photo, layers, light, and emotion. You post it and it vanishes, cropped, ignored, and buried by the algorithm. If Instagram disappeared tomorrow, would anyone know that I'm a photographer? Instagram isn't a portfolio, it's a feed, a loud, fast, algorithmic slot machine. And if it disappeared, most photographers would disappear with it. Social media fragments your thinking. It trains you to focus on single moments, not bodies of work. It makes you optimize for likes and trend chasing, not for meaning or growth. We're social creatures, we want to share, but it's getting harder to do that meaningfully. I don't post shots that you need to actually see to appreciate, because they aren't loud enough. I share the easy to understand, subject in the middle kind instead. It's bad enough that it changes what you post, but what's worse is that it starts to change how you shoot. Like taking vertical photos. They're not bad on their own, but if you shoot vertical when you know horizontal fits better, that's a problem. Instagram forces photography into a box. Tiny screens and compressed files. And you don't own your space. They recently changed the feed display, switching from square thumbnails to vertical crops. People were frustrated, but they're getting stressed out for nothing because nobody even checks feeds anymore. Even a viral photo doesn't mean that people will click on your ID and look through your photos. They just scroll. Photography is not meant to be consumed this way. You don't walk into a gallery and just breeze through it. And now, photographers are posting reels just to get a few more likes from people who don't really care. You barely get real engagement. You might get some likes and a few followers if you're lucky, but they're not sticking around for your photos. You post a new one and it's crickets. You're talking into the void. I realized that I wasn't building anything, so I wanted something more intentional, something that reflected who I am as a photographer. That's why I built my own website, something that is mine. And I'm grateful to say that Pixpa is sponsoring today's video, because they made this shift possible. Pixpa is designed for photographers and creatives, with client galleries, built-in online store, customizable layouts, and more. It's easy, affordable, and fully under your control. It lets you create an email list too, which is crucial if you want to expand. Social media can change algorithms, limit your reach, or even disappear, but your email list is forever. A direct access to your audience. This is where it gets personal. It is also a sign of trust. With a website, there's no algorithm or pressure to perform. It's just you and the work. That kind of freedom is rare. And it's timeless. Whether someone visits today or a year from now, they'll see your work the way it was meant to be seen. That alone makes it worth it. It also brings a sense of professionalism. Even if you're not shooting for clients, just the act of building your own archive says this matters. And that makes you want to get better. You decide the layout and how people move through your work, which is all part of your voice. I go through my photos often because I am making videos on YouTube, but I only grab what I need. If I wasn't on YouTube, most of my work would just sit untouched. But when I built my site, I had to actually look at everything strategically. I had to think about how they flowed together. I removed strong shots that didn't fit and included simpler ones that supported the story. This process of thinking like a curator changed my relationship with my work. It made me better because now I was looking at the bigger picture. Even you don't get to experience your photos this way unless you build a website. Sure, we all have folders. Last year, that trip to Europe, but they're not presented artistically. On the rare occasion you look through them, they're just in chronological order. Even if you're a hobbyist, like me, a website is totally worth it. It gives you a clear sense of your own evolution, and you end up creating a stronger portfolio. If you create a photo book or zine in the future, this experience will help you create something much more intentional. If this made you realize your photography deserves more, check out Pixpa. It's what I use to build a home for my work. Right now, there's a deal to get 40% off an annual plan or 55% off for 2 years. And don't forget to use my referral link in the description when you sign up. Now, What can you do along with this to help yourself further? Prints. Print your favorite photos and put them on your walls. Someone could argue that making a zine or photo book is even better, but that feels a bit intimidating, much more expensive and more effort. And with a book, you have to make a conscious decision to sit down and flip through it. But prints, you put them on your walls and they're always there, quietly encouraging you. It takes zero effort to look at them. Every so often, I switch them out and it gives me a fresh sense of motivation. Now, let's circle back to Instagram and talk about how to use it right. I'm not saying delete all social media and go fully offline. You have people you like to follow and have people following you. This matters. Instagram does have one real benefit. Instead of chasing likes, use it for connecting with real people. Reach out to other photographers. If you're traveling and know a photographer there, or if they're in your city, message them, meet up, or at least have a conversation. This happened to me a few times, and each experience was unforgettable. I got to meet photographers from around the world, visit their local spots, or show them around my local spots. Because we shared a passion, the connection was effortless. It expanded my photography world. Often, these meetups lead to more connections. They have friends who are also into photography, and when you start linking into that, your motivation goes up. You want to shoot more and improve. That energy is contagious, and it's not just inspiration from the final images, it's also in their process and how they approach photography. You learn through those differences. This turns Instagram from a scrolling app to something that can genuinely make you a better photographer. Algorithms change all the time, but your voice deserves to last. So how do you feel as a photographer in this ever-changing world of algorithms? Let me know in the comments. And if this made you rethink how you share your work, give it a like and subscribe. It helps more photographers see it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.